Most people make at least one of these 10 common mistakes, and it's holding back their brew from reaching its full, rich and smooth potential. Today, I'll show you how to fix these mistakes so you can start brewing cafe-quality moka pot coffee at home every single time. Hi, my name is Lizzie and I'm all about helping you make better coffee at home. If you want to learn more about that, then subscribe. Mistake number 10, the grind size. The foundation of any good brew is the grind. If your coffee is ground too fine, like you'd use for espresso, it can clog your filter and cause over-extraction, leading to a bitter taste. On the other hand, if it's too coarse, you'll end up with a weak, under-extracted cup. The ideal is a medium fine grind, roughly the texture of table salt. If possible, grind your beans fresh before each brew so you have full control over consistency and flavour. If you're on a budget, you can get a hand grinder. There's plenty out there that are reasonable and will give great results. Or if you want to push the boat out, you can get an electric grinder, which is great for speeding things up. If you don't have a grinder, just make sure to get coffee that's ground for a moka pot. Avoid French press grinds as these are far too coarse and will under-extract. Mistake number 9, over or under filling the water chamber. It might seem like more water equals more coffee, but that's not the case with moka pots. The little valve isn't just there for looks. It's a guide for how much water you should put in, so use it. Filling above the safety valve can disrupt pressure balance, while underfilling means you're not giving your coffee enough water to extract fully. The last thing you want is your moka pot blowing up in your kitchen. Always fill the lower chamber right up to, but not over, the safety valve. This ensures the right pressure builds up during brewing. Mistake number 8, water. Starting with cold water forces your moka pot to heat everything up from scratch, and this prolonged heating period can lead to overheating the grounds, resulting in burnt, bitter flavour. A simple fix is to preheat your water until it's just off the boil before pouring it in. This cuts down the overall brew time and helps keep your coffee's flavour smooth and balanced. Also use good quality water. It makes up most of the drink and will affect the quality of the end brew. If you're lucky enough to live in a place that has good water, then it should be fine straight out of the tap. But if your water doesn't taste good, you could get a water filter, or even use bottled mineral water. Trust me, this will make a big difference. Mistake number 7, heating on too high a flame. We all want our coffee quickly, but cranking up the heat isn't the answer. High flame can cause the pressure to build up too rapidly, scorching your coffee grounds and producing that undesirable burnt taste. Instead, use medium-low heat to let the water gradually rise through the pot. This slow, even heating allows for a more controlled extraction, preserving the delicate flavours of your coffee. We made a video on brewing with a moka pot, so I'll put a link to it around this video and you can watch it later. Mistake number 6, leaving the moka pot on the stove after brewing. When your moka pot finishes brewing, it's tempting to leave it on the heat a little bit longer to get all of the water through the beans. But doing so can overcook the coffee, degrading its flavour and turning a great cup into a scorched disappointment. A coffee boiled is a coffee spoiled. The moment you hear that characteristic gurgle signalling that your brew is done, remove the pot from the heat. Transfer your coffee to a cup or a thermal carafe to keep it at the perfect temperature without further cooking. Mistake number 5, not cleaning your moka pot regularly and ignoring safety valve maintenance. Moka pots come with a safety valve designed to release excess pressure by venting steam. Usually this works flawlessly. However, if the valve gets clogged with coffee grounds or even a buildup of water gunk, you risk a malfunction that could result in a loud bang and coffee shooting into your ceiling. After each brew, disassemble your moka pot and remove the filter basket. Dispose of the spent grounds and thoroughly rinse every piece with warm water. If you think a full cleaning video on your moka pot would be helpful, drop a comment below. Mistake number 4, using old or stale coffee. Nothing ruins a cup like coffee that's lost its freshness. Coffee beans start to lose their aroma and flavour soon after roasting. Always check the roast date and aim to use your beans within a few weeks of roasting. If your beans are from a decent roaster, you should be able to find a little date that'll tell you when they were roasted. And remember, grinding your coffee right before brewing helps lock in those essential oils and flavours, giving you a cup that's vibrant and full of life. Whether you're using light, medium or dark roast coffee, make sure that it's fresh. It will make a big difference. Let me know which coffee you're using, and also if you want to try some of our coffee, we've got 20% off. Just use the code on the screen and the link in the description. We have over 200 coffees to try, so give it a go and see what you think. Mistake number 3, neglecting the gasket, filter and safety valve. Beyond just cleaning the main chambers, don't forget the smaller parts. Regularly inspect these components and replace them if needed. Keeping them in tip-top shape is essential for both taste and safety. Mistake number 2. Using a burner that's too large. It might be tempting to use the biggest burner that you have, but a burner that's too large can heat your moka pot unevenly. This uneven heating can result in some parts of the pot scorching while others remain underheated, throwing off your brew's balance. Use a burner that closely matches the size of your moka pot for a more even, controlled heat distribution. Mistake number 1. Tamping the coffee grounds. Unlike espresso machines where tamping is crucial, a moka pot doesn't need you to pack down your coffee. Tamping the grounds can actually restrict the flow of water, leading to excess pressure and over-extraction, which in turn results in a bitter taste. Simply level off the grounds in the filter basket. No pressing is necessary. Let the water flow naturally through the coffee for a balanced extraction. Finally, before we wrap up, here's one last nugget of wisdom. Pay close attention to your heat settings and brewing time. Every moka pot is a bit different. Spend a little extra time experimenting with different flame or heat levels and timing intervals. The goal is to find that sweet spot where your water heats evenly, your grounds extract fully, and once you nail this, you'll consistently enjoy a cup that's both rich and satisfying. Let me know which of these mistakes you've been making, and if you'd like to see a dedicated video on cleaning your moka pot, just drop a comment below. If you want to watch our video on how to brew the perfect moka pot, click this video here, and click this video here for something a little different, Japanese flash brew coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.